This is video 29. We're going to cut some isolations. We're going to cut our frogs apart and start figuring out what we need to isolate all them crossings. I use a 56 tooth or the 61s. This happens to be the 56. I think I'm totally out of the 61s. The more teeth, the thinner the cut, but the more susceptible to breaks is the blade. So 56 seems to be a pretty good one. And as you can see, if the blade breaks, you just adjust your little jeweler's saw to come down and use up that part of the blade. Pretty soon you end up with just a little piece like so. You can throw that in the box to put in an X-Acto handle like I showed you way earlier, and use for small other cuts in tight places and stuff where you can't get to it with the saw. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I feed that up through. Get this to sit on my leg here so I can, nope, of course, like I said on video, everything has to go wrong. Alright, I'm going to slide that up underneath there. Get a good grip on that blade. Take and push with my thumb and get a nice stretch on the blade. So now it's tight enough that you can use it. Let's bring this over and use a corner of there we go. I'll run that back so that my blade's pretty much sitting on the edge of that marble. And just slowly. Oh. You want to make sure you stay in your slot that you're cutting. You don't want to bounce around and cut a second or a third one. And I'm not putting any pressure, I'm just letting the weight of the saw go back and forth. And before I get cut through, I want to tip that enough so that I start making a mark. Come on. I want to make a mark on that other rail as to where my cut needs to be. There it goes, and it cut all the way through that first rail, and I've got a mark on that second rail. Oh. Must be pushing down too hard with my thumb. You don't want to bend anything, but you want to keep it so that you don't bend it when you pull your saw either. There, I got it back in there and got it going again. And there, we're all the way through. Take and release your blade again. Pull the saw out. Come over and get your sandpaper you've been using. Go inside, and I want to bend it over on my rail, but at the same time, let's see if I can get this back through there again. Come on. Alright, so you bend your paper over on your rail, and at the same time with your finger, you want to hold the sandpaper towards the rail, so when you pull it, you're taking the burr off, and you're taking the burr off the top. And I like to do it from this way because you can hold it flush against your work surface better. So we'll pull it, get up in there again, give another pull. Oh, and that's when you know you still got a fairly good burr, because it pulls the paper apart. There, that's smoothing up. Turn around, do the other side. Go over the top. Get a little back and forth action in there. And it feels like that paper goes through freely now. So, the next one, we'll move up here to the top of the frog. Right there, and that don't look like that's got an isolation in there. I wonder if it slipped underneath the rail when I soldered it and I didn't see it. Alright. Get it tight again. Get it pulled. Get just one spot that you're going to do. There, it quit bouncing around. Mark over there on the other rail. There we go. Through that rail. Alright, got both of them. Alright. There we go. And that frog should be isolated from everything else. It is. gotta cut a slot in that. But that's your electrical isolation. And we'll go on and do it for the rest of the star.